Oh my goodness. I don't even know where to start, so let's just get into it. Tekken 7 Fated Retribution was just announced at the King of Iron Fist Global Tournament 2015, and the big reveal, Akuma, Goki, is the doorman from the original EVO 2014 trailer. And if you guys remember at Comic-Con 2014 at their panel, Harada and Michael Murray teased and questioned who this doorman might be. Turns out, it was Akuma. And now there's a lot of story speculation to be made. This video is probably going to be a little bit long, so I'm going to save that for the end of the video. But what's more interesting to me is the gameplay elements that were shown. At first I thought maybe Akuma might just be a boss character or something, but Markman did tweet out that Akuma is a playable character. And there are a lot of things about him that are very interesting. Number 1, EX Uppercut. Obviously used here with invincibility. We can guess it's EX because it has the yellow glow around him. Number 2, EX Tatsu / Hurricane Kick, for those of you guys who don't know that. This is another indicator that he has EX moves, which are basically enhanced moves. Number 3, we see he's got this jumping attack, maybe it's his demon flip. After it though, he links into crouching medium kick maybe, and cancels that into a fireball. And this is a big one for me, not because it's a fireball, but because Tekken doesn't really have links. It also doesn't really have normals canceled into specials. So this is a huge change for the game. Unless, of course, this whole sequence is just a string, like up forward 3-3-2 or something. Number 4, Air Fireball. Again, maybe it's out of his demon flip move. Otherwise, he has a really low jump arc. I mean, we haven't seen him do any other air attacks, so my guess is that he won't have air normals, but maybe just demon flip options. Similar to maybe like Law has that fake flip and from it he goes to a grounded launcher. Maybe Akuma has a flip that he can do fireballs or kicks from. If he does have a jump with a low jump arc, then he can probably be easily float juggled, which could basically turn anti-airs into full juggles, since you have your tailspin screw attack, etc. from a float. Number 5, Akuma has a tailspin screw attack with what looks like his Street Fighter 4 forward roundhouse. So he will have Tekken combos as well. Number 6, he's got a back teleport, his back teleport. So maybe he won't really need a backdash cancel. More likely though, it's just going to have a lot of recovery on it like Jinpachi's back teleport. Number 7, he's got his super. Now, this Raging Demon, it could just be his rage art, but the startup on it is so crazy big, right? So does that mean it's still invincible and you have to jump it? I don't understand. So that's going to be really interesting to see how they do that. So in summary, Akuma seems to definitely have EX moves. Could that mean he has meter as well? And if he does have meter, is it unique to him? Or is it maybe a new mechanic for the game? And maybe all characters will have meter. It wouldn't be the first Namco 3D fighting game to have a meter system, as Soul Calibur had it as well. Soul Calibur also had stage transitions, so it wouldn't be the first thing that Tekken 7 has borrowed from Soul Calibur. Also, it's no secret that Power Crush has not been well received, so maybe this meter for armor or invincibility could be the replacement for Power Crush from Tekken 7.0. Lots of stuff, we just have to wait and see. Of course, they also show that fireballs can be sidestepped, so do not freak out about getting spammed by them. All in all, it really looks like a test for the potential Tekken Cross Street Fighter game. When Eliza came out for Tekken Revolution, everyone said the same thing. They said, oh, this is probably a test for Tekken Cross Street Fighter. But this is the clearest test you can do without actually turning this game into Tekken Cross Street Fighter. And I know a lot of people think it's whack to have Akuma because he doesn't fight like a Tekken character. And sure, he has some new mechanics, but I would take Akuma over Claudio any day. It's also undeniable how hyped the entire FGC got over Akuma's addition to Tekken. And that kind of publicity is just going to help the game over time. That was not all that was in this trailer though. They also showed improved graphics. They showed new outfits and intros for existing characters as well. Notably, number 1, Asuka has her old Tekken 5.0 intro video for her intro. She comes in on the bicycle. We see Brian's got one where he chucks something at the camera and breaks the glass. Number 2, it looks like these characters have what appear to be new default outfits. Everyone's been asking for this, so it's fantastic to see that this might actually be in the game. I mean, they could also be customizations, but Right now it's looking like they're trying to show us that they have new default outfits. Number 3. There's at least one new stage here. And it looks like it's also got a daylight transition because we see it at night as well. And the Hanmaru stage, which we've seen from Tekken 7.0, looks like it might also have a transition stage, since every time we see it in this version of the game, it looks like it's broken apart and torn open. Number 4. Potentially new rage art animations. Now, I'm unsure about this one because it might just be how they're moving the camera around for the trailer. But if this is the way the camera moves around during the rage art, then yeah, it's going to be new animations for the rage arts, and that's obviously something that people are complaining about as well, that the rage arts needed more flash. So yeah, it looks like Namco is really listening to everyone's complaints about Tekken 7.0, and it looks like they've addressed most of them for Tekken 7 FR. Alright, so let's talk about the story implications of having Akuma in here. We see Akuma at the Hanmaru stage with Kazumi. This is decades ago, before Tekken 1 I think. She brings up that if she dies and she cannot stop Heihachi, she makes Akuma promise that he'll kill Heihachi. Obviously she failed, and that's why Heihachi and Kazuya have been a part of the series all this time. Why is Kazumi back in Tekken 7 and where was she all this time? We still don't have answers. So anyways, Akuma agrees to her request and says when the time comes, aka Tekken 7 FR apparently, he will repay his debt to Kazumi. So let's digest that for a moment. Akuma, from the Street Fighter universe, is part of the Tekken universe's official lore, canon, from before Tekken 1. And he has a debt to repay Kazumi. Crazy, right? So what's this debt about? People think it's whack for him to have a debt for anyone, or to anyone, but he took a selfie with Elena. Maybe he just has a soft spot for overpowered chicks. Separate from that, is there some sort of relationship between the devil gene, as we've always called it, and Akuma's inner power, aka the Satsui no Hado? Maybe they come from the same thing. Maybe Kazumi helped Akuma harness the Satsui no Hado way back in the day, and that's why he has a debt to her. Or maybe Kazumi helped Akuma kill someone. Akuma's lore says he killed his master Gotetsu. Maybe he didn't do it alone. I don't know, but I guess the story mode's going to flesh that all out for us. Other people online have been speculating that maybe Akuma is Kazuya's real father. That's where the devil gene comes from, and that's why Heihachi never had it. I don't think that's necessarily the case though. My thought is that it comes from Kazumi, and that's why Kazuya has it, that's why Devil Jin has it, and also explains why Heihachi never had it. However, there is a very interesting story from Street Fighter Alpha Generations anime from 2005, where Gotetsu has a daughter, and that daughter cared for Akuma, and hints that maybe that daughter was impregnated by Akuma. The daughter's name though was Sayaka, though that could be retconned and changed to Kazumi, right? And if Akuma had killed his master / her father, then maybe he feels he owes her something, since he maybe once cared for her as well. So who knows? Another thing people are upset about is that this is supposed to be the end of the Mishima saga, and you have to bring in someone to kill Heihachi and Kazuya, and it's gotta be a Street Fighter character, because no Tekken character can do it. The thought of that is disgusting. But I don't think that's how it's going to go down. Akuma's lore says he's always searching for someone who has enough power to kill him, etc. So it kind of makes sense that he comes after the Mishima family. But how cool would it be if Akuma kills Heihachi, who doesn't have the devil gene? And the thought of that gets Kazuya and Jin to put aside their differences and join up to defeat Akuma. Or maybe Kazuya kills Heihachi, and then Akuma is about to kill Kazuya, and then Jin saves the day. Or maybe Kazuya kills Heihachi, Jin fights Akuma, but refuses to transform into Devil Jin, and then he gets killed by Akuma because of it, sending Kazuya into a rage that brings him full devil since Jin is dead, and then he defeats Akuma like that. And maybe when Akuma loses or is about to lose, he can transform into Oni. Who knows? All I know is that there's lots of potential here. Lots of potential. Bottom line, this story mode can be so sick. So sick. Hell, I think they might as well make multiple endings for each Mishima character. Different endings, different ways of deaths for each other Mishima, whatever. I mean, that could be so good. So please, Namco, do this justice. Things are looking fantastic right now for the game, so I'm super hyped about it, obviously. Now, what else was announced that they didn't talk about in the trailer? They said that this is coming to arcades first. And then later, at some point in the future, consoles. So yeah, the wait begins again. They also said that there will be more new characters added to the game as well. Will they be Street Fighter characters? I hope not. I hope no more Street Fighter characters. And, you know, Akuma, I think he's a really sick addition, but unless future Street Fighter character additions are also included in the lore directly for Tekken 7, then I think they should save those characters for Tekken Cross Street Fighter instead. Also, there are plenty of Tekken characters that still need to be added to this game, and no matter how they explain it, people will always think that X character spot was taken by Y Street Fighter character spot. So, my list of Tekken characters that have to be in the game is very, very short. All I think that's missing from Tekken 7 is Lei Wulong and Nina Williams. I mean, they could put in a Capo maybe, you know, Eddie or Christy, and maybe Anna. But the rest of the characters, they haven't really been around for every other Tekken. So yeah, absolutely crazy announcement reveal. Huge shout out to Namco for this. However, it also means more delays for us before we can get the game, you know, since it's on arcades first again. They said they want to try and get the game in our hands to play it sooner, etc. And I took that to mean that they're going to do what they did with Tekken 7, you know, to try to bring it out to events, do location tests again. And, you know, of course, everybody wants there to be a beta for it, the same way Street Fighter V is doing it. I just don't know that that's what they're going to do. But hopefully they do. You know, we just got to wait and see, which is what we're used to doing at this point. So that's all I've got for you guys. Tekken 7, Fated Retribution. Can't wait. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below, and click that subscribe button if you like what you saw. Also, I stream Tekken on Monday evenings and Thursdays at twitch.tv/levelupyourgame. So be sure to check me out there as well and give it a follow. I'll catch you guys next time. Boom! One more weird thing. How come Kazuya's eye isn't red?